How y'all doing? Afternoon. We're out here at the trail. We're doing a little forage. Maybe some mushrooms. I've already got quite a lot of here rattling around in there. Lyre leaf sage. Make me a pitcher or two of tea. But we're just going around. It's nice. It's a beautiful day. It's a little windy, but otherwise, for South Alabama in particular, it's very pleasant. Whoop. Almost ran into our little worm right there. So I did want to discuss something real quick. So we're out here, and I'm a pretty spiritual person when it comes to woods, outdoors, and nature. I don't do a whole lot of specifically talking about it, but sometimes you see something and you feel like it's a sign. When I first got here, I saw a turtle shell. Dead turtle. Half the shell was gone, little bitty thing, little box turtle. And I picked it up and it fell completely apart. Every little kink in them scoots just fell to pieces. And again, I think some things are a sign. I have not always been as upfront with y'all about my own personal life, which that's been a lot of this channel. I have had people asking me about certain changes in my life lately, but that's another story for another day. Life fell apart for me pretty hard. I don't have my boy anymore. His mental health problems got out of hand. His violence became more than could be reasonably handled. And it's gotten worse as it's gone on. He is off in a facility for it. It's gotten worse there. On his father's side of the family, there's a lot of folks either dead or in prison for violent crime. And I don't know when I'm gonna see my boy again, if I'm gonna see my boy again. That's been terrible. And I ended up moving off for a while. Gave myself another example of the fact that I'm not a city person. I'm not a city person. But I think finding that broken shell, I dream a lot about animals, and I think that's significant as well. For a while there, I had been dreaming a lot about turtles, and I think finding that broken shell just means needing to come out of my shell. Let the shield down, let the armor down. So, pay close attention around you. Is the big point of that. Pay close attention, and sometimes you'll find stuff that staring you right in the face. So, didn't bring my tripod, didn't bring a whole lot. Brought my pack basket, brought this little, just gathering bag. Of course, I have like all my stuff I keep on me, my knives and stuff. Brought a little bit of cord in case I find enough stuff that I need to tie something up, and water bottle, and I've taken to bringing a leather work glove with me, just one, because it's a good season for Chadron thistle. So, all this video is going to be selfie style because I didn't bring my tripod, but walk around and see what we can find. Alright, y'all. I've stumbled upon some Japanese sandal. I know there's a whole lot out here. It's a pretty prolific little green. But I've already picked some. I already got a little bit in there. I figured, since it's coming out good, and this is the good time to eat these sorts of things, is when you're seeing these like young leaves. I'm not going to take all of them, I'm not going to kill the plant. But easy to identify plant, really. Doesn't have much that looks like it that would hurt you. You see it has these sort of like reverse dandelion leaves. It's like if a dandelion and oak leaf had a baby. These stalks, these little yellow flowers. I figure I'll get enough to cook myself a pot of greens similar to Haywood turnips, or you could do a kind of a Japanese thing and like mix them in with rice and stuff. So, gonna see about getting some more. Okay, y'all, some more good spring foraging. We're up into pine candles. See, these are young pine trees, very young. These come off on older ones if you can get them close enough to the ground. You see how these, you can see a stark difference where it goes from being wood to being what we call the candle. It's the young shoot. As you can see, it is tender enough you can snip it off with your fingernail. It's kind of piney, lemony. It's a great seasoning. You can grind these up into like a pesto type thing. I like to put these into oil and let it infuse into oil for a seasoning for fish. That's a kind of a Scandinavian thing. But yeah, we're gonna get us a few of these. Well, well, well. Wouldn't expect to find that. Look at there. Honeysuckle. The vine's up yonder, but it's just creeping the ground. But we're already seeing flowers blooming. That's awesome. And there's a ton of buds on this. So I'm gonna take some of these and take them on with me. Oh yeah, look at there. I was not expecting to see a honeysuckle today. Cool. Alright, y'all. I'm up here at the trailhead. It's been a pretty good forage today. I got enough of a bag of greens for the Japanese sandal greens for a good pot of soup or something, maybe, or enough to pad out a meal, because when you eat a lot of these wild foods, you find yourself, you're eating the wild food and you're supplementing it. So, and that supplement could be as simple as rice, broth, flour, whatever it may be. I got some yellow wood sorrel, species Buxalis. I may throw in there just with the greens, just a little added flavor. It has like kind of a citrusy flavor. It's pretty good. Got a pile of lyre leaf sage, which I will dry out and make tea out of. It's very good for you, and it has a lot like minty flavor. And what else did I get? I think that's about it. I saw some mushrooms out and about, but nothing that we were going to pick. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's still, it's April. It'll get there. But thank y'all so much for joining me on this sort of eye-opening little forage hike. And I'll see y'all in the next one. So take care.